cooking. That is nothing but to identify the defects, to reduce the flows of our component of our system or our application that has been encountered by the end users. So you are the customer and I give you the wrong product to use. What will be your reaction? You will be unhappy. You won't like that product. You will tell 10 persons not to purchase that product. So that is a flaw that is directly coming from the end user. If we have one of the tester who's testing it, that flaws will be identified at the early stages. It will not go to the end user. He will not be sad. He will be happy because it's already been fixed now. Okay. It ultimately increases the overall quality of the software. It makes it more reliable and easy to use because there is a one person who is checking the software according to the customer perspective. Thoroughly tested software ensures reliability and high performance software app operation. The performance of the system will be always be checked. Will you like if you're hitting any of the, say, Facebook application, it takes 10 minutes to load. Will you like that software? Will anybody use that software anytime or that application? No one will be using, because everybody wants everything to be spontaneous, to be very fast. That checking the software at the initial phase at the fastest level will be done by a person called as tester. So testing is very much necessary. Next, everybody here will be testing, that's thinking of market. If I am taking this course, is it valuable? Does it have a market? Does it have a market value? Is there any demand for that? If you are learning and there is no demand, what is the use of learning? So yes, for sure, there's a market. I have seen, or I am, you can, like, there are, for one developer, as of now, in the industry like Google and everything, like Google, Microsoft and all, are dealing with one developer, 1:6 ratio. One developer has 6 testers to test their software. These are the very big companies. But if you talk with normal MNCs also, like Accenture, the Wipro and all, they have 1:4 ratio. There is one developers, but 4 testers are required for that. So for that, you might be thinking, what's the market for that? If you go to middle level companies, they also have 1:2 ratio. One developer, 2 testers are needed. And if you go to small scale industries, they have 2:1 ratio. That is startups. 2:1. 2 developers, only 1 tester. So even then, if you go to small also, if you consider, still the demand for the testers as compared to the other professions, those are more. Why? Because you are the customers for that application who will be thinking as per the customer's view and testing your software. So of course, there's a market and there's a myth, I will say, that developers are getting more paid as compared to testers. No, now it is not there. At initial phase, yes, it was there when the testing phase was just introduced, but now it is like a developer salary is as compared to the tester salary is more as compared to developers, according to the experience I'm talking about. Once you have an experience, your salary will, of course, you have to show that skill sets, and after showing that skill set, you will be paid more because you are doing 2 works, that is manual as well as the automation, and developer is doing only 1 work, that is, say for example, automation type, because he's writing the code. But tester is doing 2 jobs, that is performing the manual job as well as the automation. So now the price has been increased, or the market has been increased more for the testers. Any doubts here? Anybody has any concerns, any doubts, any questions?
Guys, feel free to ask any question, okay? We do not want that you have questions in your head but you were not able to ask. Please feel free to ask. अगर आप हिंदी में भी पूछना चाहते हो, please पूछो. Please feel free to ask your questions in Hindi as well, if required.
And so far.
Okay, great. Yes, Govind, you can continue.
Yeah. So what in the tester field, what are we going to cover? What will be our whole agenda that we'll be covering? Firstly, we're covering the functional knowledge. In every of the software, how to capture the functional knowledge. A tester, when we say about the tester, he should know the overall functionality first. He should know the flows. So there are some key points that are necessary for capturing those. So that also will be told to. How to capture the flow of the system. Because I know everybody is not from the same background. Everybody doesn't know what is a functional testing. How to do it. So for that, to get that knowledge, how to get that knowledge. In your college, you might have, whenever you have studied, you might have gone through like preparing the small notes. But nobody taught you to prepare that notes. And there to teach you how to get the functional knowledge. Okay. Then what are the types of testing levels? What are the types of testings? What are the methodologies that we follow during our testing phase? What is test plan, test coverage plan, execution, closure? What is SDLC, software development lifecycle, software testing lifecycle? What is a bug lifecycle? What are the test strategies, test scenarios, test cases? What is the agile? What are the methodologies? Like agile methodology, we have waterfall methodologies, spiral methodology, V model methodology. So what are these? Why it has been necessary to learn those? Which are the right now agile is very much accepted. So what is an agile methodology? That also we'll be dealing with. And in the future slides, we will be getting more about knowledge about the testing scenarios and test cases. What are these? Then you will be having a live project that will be given to you for writing the test scenarios, test cases, and everything. And there will be live testing also will be provided. That you will be performing the live testing on that application. Next, about the automation part. In automation, we'll be studying about the C basics. I'll just tell you because it's a foundation or the basic level of language, that is C language. So I'll just give you a brief about what is C language. We're mainly focusing on writing the Java programs, Java basics, Java advanced needed for automation. As Gopi was saying correctly, that we will be covering each and every aspect that are mostly used questions or asked questions during the interviews, during how to write the programs from start. I know here nobody will be able to write it at the first thing, but how to start it? What are the syntax? When we born, we were not knowing anything, right? But now we know much things. We started walking. The same way we will take from the basic level till the advanced. And I can guarantee you each and every individual at the end of this course will be able to write your Java code. For sure. Okay. Then we will be moving towards software called as Selenium. It has 4 types called as IDE, RC, WebDrivers, and Grid. And we will be writing a code in an Eclipse software. Okay. So Eclipse is nothing but a software which will be used to write a program, Java program using our Selenium IDE, RC, WebDrivers, and Grid. We'll be having a basic introduction about what is a testing G. Because right now it is asked in the interview, so I've added this course. Cucumber basics. That is, what is a Cucumber? It is one of the tool like a Selenium, which is right now very much used. It is in the Greek language. Simple English language you have to write. You have to don't write a code, but you have to write in simple words. It automatically converts into the code and executes. So that is a Cucumber basics. I'll explain you. Then we have API testing as well. Okay, that will also be included in this manual. Only API with manual, a tool which is used that is called as a Postman. So we'll be using that Postman tool to write our API testing as well. And DB, I will tell you the basics of DB. Okay, what is a DB? That is a database. Which type of database have been used, and basic levels of the DB will be also be covered. And I will tell you also what type of questions can be asked in the DB as well during your interview process. Okay, and in automation also we'll be having one live project that will be given, and you will be automating that whole live project. Okay. Any questions anybody has about the syllabus that we will be covering?
Yes.
Syllabus list and what are all the things you will be covering in Java?
So in Java, we'll be covering about the, as we said, about the OOPS concepts. Okay, how to write a program, a basic program into the Java. Then we will be writing a program with the inheritance, implementations, what are the interfaces, what are the abstractions, what are the method overloading, everything will be covered. Collections.
And C?
In C, I will just tell you about the basics. That what is a C language, when it was introduced, how to write a normal program in C. Because see, we are doing into the automation. So in automation, we are using Selenium. With Eclipse using Java. So I'll mainly focus more on Java because only in one, see, logic would be same. If you write in C, you write in Java, you write in any language, your logic will be same, just the syntax is going to change. So I'll explain you the logic first, the algorithm, how to write an algorithm. And according to that, you can write in any language. But I will, frankly speaking, I'll mainly focus on Java more because right now it is the language which has been used or which has been adopted by n number of companies, and maximum is the Java itself used. So I'll focus on that in the in more detailed ways.
Do you mainly focus on how to build the logics for writing the codes by ourselves actually without the help of others? That is the main focus which I am expecting from your end.
Yes, it will be there. So I'll explain you I'll explain the logic first, how to build that logic. And once you have that building of logic, then you will be able to write the code yourself. If you don't writing a code, you can copy from anywhere. You can get the idea also. But building a logic is very much important, and I'll focus mainly on how to build that logic.
Right. And also I want to take that question in this manner. Till the time you write by yourself, we are not going to proceed. That is the main thing. We'll make sure, like the principal of the school, we'll make sure that you write the things on your own. Because if I give you the logic or if I tell you how to write it, it won't help you. Because during the time of interview or when you are selected after the interview process, then you will have to do it on your own. So till the time you write it, we are not going to give the green signal. So everything will depend upon your hard work together with our contribution as well. Okay. So we will make sure that you write the things on your own. Only then we'll proceed to the next topic. It's not that you are stuck, so we are going to proceed with the next topic. You are stuck, so we are also stuck. So we will only proceed till the time you have developed that skill set. Okay?
Correct.
Yeah.
Anybody has any more doubts, questions?
Yes. Could you please be more explicit on the Cucumber basis?
Databases, we will not be able to because it's
Cucumber basis.
Yeah, so Cucumber is one of the tool. Okay, like Selenium also, there's another tool called as Cucumber. So right now, industry is just asking for Cucumber, like you have the basic knowledge or not. So for that, I have added this new course called as new topic called as Cucumbers. There's a software. I'll tell you how it has been written. I'll explain you all the things, but we cannot go into depth. Okay, so I've written as basics. So basics will be covered in this, but in Selenium, we'll be diving deep inside the Selenium. Because each and every company is emphasizing more on Selenium rather than Cucumber.
Do you focus anything related to the concepts with API?
Yes, with the API, we'll be going further with what are the error codes. The Postman tool is there to hit the APIs. There are some available APIs, so we'll be hitting those. We'll be encountering some of the errors. We'll be try to capture those all things during our test and everything. Yes, we'll be doing.
No, I mean what I'm asking is, will you be teaching us how to do the API testing using the Postman tool manually, or will you be asking us to teach scripting with the Postman tool for API testing?
No, it will be with the manual. How to run or how to hit that API and to check the responses, how it should be shown. but we will not be able to go into much deeper like automation and all. That is REST assure and all. We will not be able to cover that, but yes, we will be able to cover the basics level of the API, that is using the hitting the APIs and verifying the APIs and all. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
In this training covered for Maven framework like Jira, is this covered?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So creating the tasks, how the task will be assigned, how, see, in the college we study a lot, but that has never been implemented. But here Jira is a tool where you will be logging the defects. That tools I will go further. What are the tools that we'll be using? So Jira will also be, I'll help you to, how the task will be assigned to you, how you have to pick it, how you have to write the test cases, where, in which tool you have to write the test cases. Everything will be taught, or those tools are different. I'll go to that slide. That will mainly answer your question in deeper way. Yeah. Any other questions?
Sir,
What about Maven and Git?
Maven and Git, we won't be able to do much, but yeah, I will explain you about the Git, like how you can, push your code. What are the commands that will be used to, pushing your code, analyzing the conflict, how to solve the conflict. That will be told to you.
In Java Basic, actually, will you be covering only the core Java part which is required for Selenium, right? You will not be focusing anything related to advanced Java concepts, right?
No, advanced Java will also be there, but only, as you said correctly, that is needed for our automation framework. Only those part we will be going into the deeper for Java. Yeah.
Yes, Sania, you were asking something.
हाँ सर, तो हमें लास्ट ईयर में हो ना, तो इसलिए कोई प्लेसमेंट के कॉल वगैरह आप दे सकते हैं क्या? मीन्स कोई हेल्प कर?
Yes.
हाँ, देखो, जैसे आपका कोर्स खत्म हो जाएगा, आपका
Yes.
रेज्यूमे हम लोग बनाएंगे, आप लोगों
हाँ.
का एक सीरीज और मॉक इंटरव्यूज चलता रहेगा. हमारा एक YouTube, we do have our YouTube channel as well, which is known as DownTownCoders. You can visit our YouTube channel. There you can see the interview, the mock interviews that we take. कैसे कैसे फीडबैक दिया जाता है, हर एक क्वेश्चन, दैट इज द HR questions together with the technical questions, what should be the answers are the most important thing, so we cover that as well. So after every interview, mock interview that we have, we provide a feedback. So there is another session which is a feedback session wherein we will play the recording and then we will answer, we will make sure that these areas you were not correct, these answers were not up to the mark, you should have told these things. So ये सब चीज हम लोग आपको बताएंगे, एंड जैसे आपका मॉक इंटरव्यू खत्म हो जाएगा, यू विल स्टार्ट गेटिंग रेफरेंसेस फ्रॉम डिफरेंट कंपनीज. सो देखो, क्योंकि वी डू हैव अ ह्यूज कनेक्शन within India, so we have a lot of people who are working in most of the top IT companies, not only over here, also in US as well. तो वहां पे हम लोग आपको रेफर करेंगे, instead of you creating some connections over LinkedIn, posting that I need help, can you please respond, and they do not respond, we will do that for you. Okay, and जब तक आपको जॉब नहीं मिल जाएगा, you are with us. It's not कि हाँ 4-5 इंटरव्यूज अपॉर्चुनिटीज दे दिया, हो गया, खत्म. नहीं, जब तक आपका नहीं हो रहा है. एंड सिंस आप लास्ट ईयर में हो, दैट इज द बेस्ट पार्ट, बिकॉज फॉर फ्रेशर्स आपको जो नॉलेज मिलेगा, दैट विल बी लाइक एन एक्सपीरियंस कैंडिडेट, तो आपको जॉब मिलने में तो बहुत इजी हो जाएगा.
Yes, 2020 का एक फ्रेशर
या
BCS में, और आप 2022 MCS के बाद है.
हाँ, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. आप दो देयर आर सिनेरियोस जहाँ पे लोग 2013-14 का पास आउट है, एज अ फ्रेशर कभी जॉब नहीं किया, छोटा मोटा जॉब कर रहा था, बीपीओ में जॉब कर रहा था, कॉल सेंटर्स में जॉब कर रहे थे, वो लोग भी आईटी में आए. तो आप तो अभी न्यू हो, 2022, दीज आर कंसिडर्ड एज फ्रेशर्स. ऑलरेडी पैंडेमिक की वजह से 2 years people have lost, so not a problem.
Will you be sharing the daily recordings with us?
Absolutely. जैसे ही आपका हो जाएगा, मतलब एक session is done, once a session is completed, you will be sent the recording of that session, so that you can also check what has been told. There might be few points you might not be able to recall. You can check the video and you can make your own notes. Different tasks will be given to you. So it will be ensured that you complete the tasks. Okay. So we are going to concentrate on a weekend batch so that Monday to Friday you can work on your own. If you are working somewhere, you can work. And Saturdays and Sundays will be your training. So we'll come to those section later. So let's concentrate on the demo at first. So you understand what is testing, what are my hierarchy that I can target, then what are the different syllabus that we are going to cover. And then slowly, there will be more interactive sessions coming right now. So the more you interact, the more interesting it will become. Okay. So let's continue and focus on that at first. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So the next is like Selenium tool, which we will be doing into more deeper thing. That is Selenium ID as an integration development environment, where it is mainly the record and playback. Okay, where at the initial level, this was the introduction for the Selenium, where it was whatever you are performing that was recorded and you can play a number of times whenever required. Okay, so that is about the Selenium ID. Then it was like RC, so it was only running on Firefox browser. So then they decided that this is not a good way, that only one browser has been supported. So they moved to WebDriver, which is right now very much used. Can someone just mute yourself? Yeah, thank you so much. So then they introduced about the web drivers, where it can run on n number of browsers that have been associated to it, like IE, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, n number of browsers can be validated with. And Selenium Grid is nothing but the execution, simultaneous execution on different machines. So this is not that much good as of now. It has not been that much developed as of now. So this is not that much occupied by many of the companies, but Selenium WebDriver is the one which has been occupied by n number of companies today. Okay. Next, we have tools like TestLink. TestLink is one of the two where you will be writing the test cases, how the assignment has been done by the test cases, for the test cases, how to execute this, pass, fail, blocked criteria of the test cases, that will be done. Okay, like test case is nothing but a step-by-step thing that has been written. That okay, first you have to click over here. For example, Facebook application. So Facebook application, you have to enter your username, enter your password, click on the login button, and you will be able to navigate to the home page. So this is one of your test case. So that steps-by-steps representation that will be done on through one of the tool called as TestLink. Bugzilla is one tool where you will be able to write the defects that you have found, the errors that you have found. So you've entered the valid username, valid password, and you're clicking on login, but it says that invalid credentials, but your credentials are valid. Still, it is giving that error. So where you will be showcasing those. So that will be a tool called as Bugzilla, where you will be logging all your defects. Then you have Selenium web drivers. Then you have Eclipse, Cucumber, Test Engine. These are all tools. Okay. Then you have M2M, that is Microsoft Team Management, where you can write your test cases. Jira is one of the tool, as I said, which will be used for your test cases writing, your defects logging, the tasks that have been assigned to work on those tasks. So each and everything, this is a package that it has been used. So maximum companies are using right now Jira too. Okay, so that also will be explained. Any doubts? And I just forgot to write here Postman. So Postman is also one of the tool which will be used for API level of testing. So that is also one of the tool that will be used.
Yeah, here whatever the tools you have listed here, you will be covering all those tools, or you will be
Yes.
just giving the overview of those tools alone?
No, it will be like covering, showing you the demo for each and every tool. That how it should be, how it will be written, how the person will be assigning that. So everything that will be coming, that will be under, say I'm showcasing you the test link. So I'll showcase the testing in deep, like how the test cases will be created. If I am the organizer, if I am assigning you how to create a build, how to assign that to the person, respective person, and how you will be executing, how you will be writing the pass fail criteria, how I will validate that how many test cases have been passed, how many test cases have been failed. So all those things will be explained to you. Any other questions anybody has? So for example, let's start with a scenario identification. Okay, so in front of you, you can see a chair, right? Which has been, most people are using it on daily basis, right? For sitting purpose and everything. So according to you, suppose I have just manufactured this chair and given to you for testing purpose. Now, one by one, can you just tell me what will be your scenario that you will test? So I've given you chair is in front of you. Now I have asked you to test it. Now I have to deliver it to some of the person at someone's home. So now before that, I have given you to test it. So what type of, means what you will be doing, what type of scenarios you will be testing? Can anybody list one?
We need to find out whether the chair is having a smooth area for us to sit. That is the very first thing we need to check. It should be user friendly, and then only we can able to sit, and then we can use the thing whether it is comfortable for the user to use for a long time or not. So that is a very major thing we need to check. Okay. Before that also there is one major thing that I feel you can check. What is that?
उसके पैर ठीक से है क्या नहीं वो पहले.
Correct.
Need to check whether the user is able to adjust the settings according to their heights or not, whether it is the short person or a taller person or not, whether it's in adjustable settings are available to the user or not, according to the table whichever they are sitting out, they can able to make the adjustments or not. So that if there is a shorter person is there and if the table is very long, even though if they sit in the chair, they cannot able to see the laptop or the monitor or whatever may be. So in case of the chair is very short, if the settings is not there for adjustment, then there is no use of purchasing this chair. So we need to, very first step, we need to check this kind of settings adjustment, whether it is able to reduce the height or not. So that is the very major thing we need to check. Correct. So as you mentioned correctly, that is also one of the scenario. But the basic level that was said was said very correctly, that it is stably able to stand by itself or not. First, that is like, if I keep in front of you, it is like it is not able to stand correctly. It is moving, continuously moving. If I just hold it, it is moving. It is not able to stand, it is falling down. That is of no use. I will not be able to test, am I able to sit on that, right? So that is one of the scenario, that is a major basic scenario. Second, if it has this chair, what I have shown has a wheels, right? So it can move from one place to another place. So is it able to move correctly or not? As you correctly mentioned, the height can be adjusted correctly or not. But with that purpose also, very much important is the color of the chair. If I give you neon color or pink color, will everybody be able to take that chair? No, everybody doesn't like that color. Unique colors which have been there, you have to first check, identify the color of the chair, how it is looking, what type of, is it very bright? So nobody will purchase that type of chair, right? Is the handles able to adjust correctly or not? Is, as Gopi very correctly said, that how is the area of the sitting purpose? It is smooth, it is rough. What type of cushion that it has? Am I able to move the back of the chair or not? At what extent I can move it?
Correct. So these are the very, very, very important aspects of a chair. Now you can think that, yeah, we are using it on daily purpose, but we are not able to identify the basic scenarios also. So this is not going to happen when you take this after the course. You will be able to easily identify the basic scenarios and you will be able to test those. Okay. Let's see one of the good example. That is, next example is a window. So now I want more answers from everyone.
Right.
Okay.
So those who have not answered, make this session interactive, guys. So here's a window. So let's see what all things that come up your mind if you have to test this window. Yes, Jessica, Del, Utman.
For me, if it's a window, one thing that I would test is its quality. Maybe I'll move the window and see if it's I can close and open it smoothly.
That's a great point. Yes.
Very
Bingo.
important. Very good. Very important one and very good one. Yeah. Next.
If you have more points, please come up with the points. Sania, Uthman, Sebastian. Simple example, right? Window. In day-to-day lives, we use this window, right? So what are the things that come up that can come in your mind?
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
Yes, Gopi, if you have any thoughts on this. No, nothing. There might be many points. I am not from the testing field, but still I have many points in my mind which I can say.
Guys, come on, speak up. You can.
I think people are shy in this batch.
Yeah. You can speak up. There is no right or wrong answers.
हाँ सानिया बताओ, तुम्हारा फर्स्ट पॉइंट तो एकदम अच्छा था, बताओ विंडो के बारे में.
If you're talking, you're on mute, guys. Let me tell you.
Everyone is on mute. We have to unmute and then speak. No? Okay. Govind, you only shared that.
Yeah, sure. I'll do it for you guys. So I'll check the height of the window. Right? It should not be very big. It should not be very small. It depends on what type of window I have. Okay, if it is in bathroom, for example, and it is very big, it's of no use, right? It should be small. If it is there in the living room, it should be big because I want the ventilation of an air. But say from there only the sun is coming, so that window should be very small, so that more sun should not be coming in my room to make it very hot. Okay, so it depends on the room as well, in which room the window has been situated. So according to that, the height, width, everything is going to be changed. As one of the person correctly said, that first major thing, that is opening the window and closing the window. It is a smooth operation or not. Applying the latch. After applying the latch, because of small wind also, it is opening or not. After applying the latch with heavy wind also, it is opening or not. What type of glass material it is. If it is made up of a glass, what type of glass material it is. What type of material has been used to make the border of the windows. Right? What type of latches are being used. Okay. What is the actual material? It is made of wood. It is made of a plastic. It is made up of what type of. Okay. How much sustainable it is. If it is fallen from, say, height of 10 feet or something, what will happen? It will break. It will just get some scratches on it. What will happen? What type of material it is? the glasses which are there, which is breakable or unbreakable, those are like mirrors. Does outsider can easily view what is going inside, or are they only the inside person can view what is going outside, but outsiders cannot view it? What type of a glass material it is? Those are all things we have to consider it. Okay, I think I'll just give you yeah. So we're done of the course. Do you have any questions? Anyone?
I have a question. You guys mentioned that the training will run for 2 months. So can you guys give more details about the schedule?
Yeah.
Right. So the duration of this entire course is 2 months. Okay. Sebastian, I'm just putting you on mute, so because background noise is coming. Sorry for that. Yeah. So this course is for 2 months. Okay. And it will be a weekend batch. That means on Saturdays and Sundays, the training will be going on. And whatever tasks will be given to you, you will be completing those tasks on the weekdays. And once again, for the next week when we meet, we at first will check what are the you have completed the tasks or not properly. And then if you have got any questions, we will address those questions at first, and then we will move on with the training. So like this, it will continue for 2 months. After the training is completed, it is very important to understand that whether you have learned the things properly or not. So we will be starting with our mock interviews. So in the interviews, there will be the interview panel. There will be other people as well who will be joining in the panel. There will be HR rounds, technical rounds. So after every interview, we will give you the feedback that how you have performed in the interview, what went good, what went wrong, what could be better in your next interviews. There will be a machine test as well. So what happens during the machine test is a set of questions are given. You need to perform, you need to write the codes, as Gopi was mentioning that whether we would be able to write codes on our own or not. Yeah, the machine test will be held, and we will be discussing the answers as well after we roll out the scores that you have scored in that machine test. And then we will start, we will prepare your resume, we will prepare your profile. If you want us to help you to create your LinkedIn profiles, how to get connected towards other people, what should be my approach while asking for job. If you are applying for job, if any company contacts you, so what you should say, what should be your approach towards those jobs and job descriptions that you'll be getting. So it's a flow that we will be maintaining throughout. So it's from starting from the scratch till the time you have your offer letter, we will be with you.
That's cool. We're going to conduct it every weekend, right? But since I don't have any background about this, I will also study on myself during weekdays. Now, if I have questions, is there anyone that we can contact or maybe ping?
Absolutely. So we will create a WhatsApp group. You can, so Govind is available. So you can ping, and he is really very helpful. So you do not have to keep in mind that whether I'm contacting his night time, my morning time, or if there is any time difference or anything, you can ping. Within 24 hours, you will receive a reply. So he might call you on your WhatsApp number and might address your question, or if he wants to chat with you and get that discussion done, so it will be there. So we are there, okay? Not only Govind, the entire team will be there. So once we create that WhatsApp group, you will have access to all of us, okay? So I will also be there, so don't worry about that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So there is, as he correctly mentioned, there will be no specified time that you have to contact only at that. You can raise your questions, concerns anytime.
Anytime, yeah.
Anytime. And once we get time, say for example, if I have meet in offices, because as you know that we are also working, right? So suppose if I have meeting at that time, I will not be able to respond. But as soon as I get time, I'll first respond to you. Okay. So that would be a commitment from us to you.
Right. So you won't be left hanging. So don't worry. So might be at that moment if we are not answering, but in the next 2 hours you will definitely receive the answer. So you don't have to worry about that.
Are you covering any topics related to Scrum methodology, Agile Scrum methodology in the training? Because nowadays the traditional model is not followed up in every organization.
Yes.
So based on that, you will be giving intro to that also.
Yes.
Correct.
So Gopi, as I said, we are mainly into IT industry, so we mainly want each and every individual to get the knowledge of the current ongoing things that have been followed in each and every industry. So as I said, that we will be giving you the each and every knowledge about each and everything that has been taken into the consideration nowadays. As I told you in the previous thing, Cucumber was not that much used. API testing was not that much used. Agile methodology was not that much used. But nowadays, each and every company is focusing on agile methodology. So first thing that we will be, after our starting of the introduction and everything happens, we'll be going into the methodologies. That what was waterfall model? What advantages it had and what disadvantages had? So there was an incremental model. Then what incremental had some disadvantages, so there was a new model called as V model. And now why agile has been used, so each and everything will be explained in deeper way so that you get more knowledge about each and everything.
See, there are lots of online materials that are available, right? So people might think that everything is available online, so why not learn from there? The hard truth is that after knowing those things, you won't be able to make into the industry. There should be someone from the industry who would be guiding you. You will have lots of questions which might not get answered by via a web page or a website. So you need a constant guide. You should be under a constant guidance of someone. So that is very important. So as Gopi, as you are exploring more topics, so we are able to tell you that these things are also there. So the Scrum part was not mentioned in the presentation, but it is there because whatever things that is taken into consideration to get into the industry, we are going to make sure that you know all those things. Understood? For that reason, it's a one stop. So if you are here, that means all your questions should be answered. All the things that are required will be taken care of.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any further questions? Yes, Sanya.
सर इसके अपना लेक्चर होने के बाद प्रिपरेशन के लिए नोट्स अवेलेबल होंगे क्या आपके कोई?
हाँ.
Yes. So the PPTs which we will be taking into that, all things will be given to you for study purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
And the recording will also be there. So you can just go through that, and if you have any doubts, we are there to help you.
Yes, sir.
It's see, the approach that we have, it's not spoon feeding. It's a research oriented approach. So we will give you notes for sure. However, there are many things you will also explore, because the more you explore, you will have more questions. Then you can come to us, shoot those questions. I have seen these things. Can you please tell me what is this? So what will happen? Your knowledge will slowly increase. So the more research that you do on your own as well, that will help you. So it is not a spoon feeding thing that will be happening. It will be more into practical things and all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other question, guys?
I mean, at the end of the training, after mock interviews and CV preparations are also done. So, will you also be helping us to get placed in any of the other?
Absolutely. Placement is one of the key factor if you have come, if you join DownTownCoders for training. Because if we do not provide you your dream job or the industry that you are targeting, then it's of no use, right? So definitely. So till the time you are placed, you are with us. So that is the level of commitment that we are giving. So the placement assistance will be there. The entire panel will be there. It's not that I'm telling you right now and later we are not going to deliver. Once you join, you can understand the level of commitment each individual at DownTownCoders bring to the organization. So you do not have to worry on that. So if you are here, that means if you are targeting a particular industry, if you are targeting a particular company, we will definitely help to make sure that you get selected there. And there are many examples. Means whoever you see on our YouTube, we have our YouTube channel as well. So your videos will also be there when you will be going through the mock interview sessions and all. So all the students that you see right now in our YouTube channel are right now placed. So our placement ratio or the placement percentage, if I have to tell right now, it's 92%. Because we do not take many people, because there might be institutes or there might be online things wherein there will be 20, 30, hundreds of students in a particular batch. We target only small groups so that we can give that one-to-one interaction. All your questions are answered, and so that it becomes an easy transition towards your dream job. Okay, guys, with this we come to the end of today's training. Sorry, the demo session, in fact. Right. So since it's a training session, there are some fees as well associated to it. So it is not a free session that will be happening. So I will get in touch with all of you guys personally, so we can understand that what are your thought process on that, and so that there are definitely chances of negotiations as well. So we will ensure that we can come up with the best price for you, so that we can start the course as soon as possible. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So does that sound good for everyone? So is it fine if we contact you personally on WhatsApp? I hope you all are guys are there in WhatsApp. So have you joined? Did we join you guys in the WhatsApp group that we created? I know Jessica is there, Gopi is there.
Yeah.
Sania, are you there in the WhatsApp group?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are also there. Uthman, Sebastian, are you guys there? No response. Dell had been quiet throughout the training. Okay, Sebastian told yes. Thank you, Sebastian. Dell, are you there in the WhatsApp group? Will you be comfortable if I contact you personally? And also, we need to decide a time, because there will be international students as well. So we will try to concentrate the time that we chose for today, because that is the best time for everyone to concentrate on studies as well, because there are other household stuffs. Then after the training, then you can definitely go out and have some fun. So yeah, we need to keep all those things in mind. So anyways, guys, we will contact you guys, and we will see what we can do. And we are planning to start the batch as soon as possible, because right now there are lots of companies who are right now looking for QA testers. So it will be very easy for you guys to get into the industry, because 2022, as you know, that right now pandemic is going everywhere. However, the IT industry is something which is booming, right? And there are so many jobs right now available. So if you are planning to get into the industry, this is the right time. Okay. So having said that, we come to the end of today's session. It was lovely meeting you, knowing you guys. I hope you have understood the training we tried to provide, or what will be our approach throughout the training session. And we will be looking for your feedback. So if you can give a feedback on the WhatsApp group, we'll be very happy. Okay. So if you have liked it, if you have not liked it as well, tell it in the WhatsApp group. Let others know that I did not like the session, so they can also understand that this is not a good session. Okay, but if you have liked it, do appreciate, so that everyone understands that yes, this is the right place that we can give a try. Okay. Thank you for joining, everyone, and stay safe, and wish you the best.